Hello, my name's Callan,
And my name's Pierre.
and welcome to the third episode of the Callan and Pierre podcast from Pierre HQ. So, obviously, I let Pierre decide the topic since I usually do the topics. I did it for episode 1 and episode 2 pretty much most of the time. So, the first topic is, I can't read that because it's Pierre's text. It's Pierre's writing even, so could you please read out what the first topic is?
Yeah, I sure can. The first topic is about films and, what films we like. So we'll start with you, Callan. What films have you watched and what do you like about them?
Well, I'm not really much of a movie person. I've always been more of a series person. But when it comes to movies, I've recently watched The World's End. Do you know that movie, Pierre?
The World's End, is that Pirates of the Caribbean that you've watched?
Oh, my God.
What?
You have got to be kidding me on a certain extent. When I mean The World's End, I mean 5 people, June 22nd, 1990. They go into Newton Haven and try and complete the Golden Mile, which means they go into each and every pub. That's 12 pubs in Newton Haven. And then they drink a pint each and every one. But in 1990, some people didn't make it. And Gary King, the leader of that supposed pack, didn't make it to the World's End, only made it to the 11th, and that was it. And he was disappointed. So obviously, they got the group back together by fooling them, really. But obviously, there's something a little bit different about Newton Haven. Nobody recognises them, and that's the first symptom of them recognising that something's different around Newton Haven. And it's obviously this little community called the Network, and basically, they replace human. What they do with the humans is that they extract the DNA and they turn them into compost by basically just mashing them and everything. And then what happens is that they get replaced by other types of people, which they call blanks in the end. And they basically go to each and every pub. Once they get to the World's End, they find out the headquarters of the Network. And basically, the human and the leader of the Network has massive arguments, and then obviously the Network has had enough of pretty much everything us humans do, and then Newton Haven pretty much explodes with one of the greatest getaways in England possibly. So that's my favourite movie, and that's just a little quick review. What I think about it, because I went onto Netflix, and I was pretty annoyed when I saw the rating of The World's End to be only 2 1/3 stars.
Oh, that's really disappointing. That sounds like a really good film. Really good.
It is a damn good film. I would rate it 5 stars if I have to, and I will when I get back. But I'm pretty shocked that many people would say that it's only 2 and a bit stars, because that's one of my favourite movies of all time, to be fair.
Oh, that's really fantastic. What a great story that is. That's a great film. I might watch that myself, to be honest.
All right. So you're holding the microphone now, are you? Right, so I want to know what your favourite movies are, and if you want to do either a brief or a complex explanation, just go ahead, you have the microphone. What are your favourite movies, or what is your favourite movie?
My favourite movie is definitely, it has to be Guardians of the Galaxy. I love it so much. It's very well unexpected. It's just, you think, it's just going to be about action and all that lot, until the guy puts his headphones on and the music starts playing. It's just absolutely brilliant. It's just outstanding. I'd definitely give it 5 stars for that.
Oh, I just love the music. You don't expect you're like What time of feet?
And I love the fact that when he tries, when it goes, hey, and he uses the, the animals to go, hey, he uses that microphone. Hey, hey, what's the matter? Oh, man. It's the best. That's the best part, probably. It's just fantastic. The way they produce that is just absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I have to agree with you there, because when I watched Guardians of the Galaxy, it was one time where I decided to over-consume. And basically on my tray, this was just lunch, bear in mind, right? Yeah. Sandwiches, crisps, yogurt, about 10 slabs of cheese. Oh, thanks, Pierre. Thanks. I need to lose weight. I think I know. As I was saying, sandwiches, right? And these were like some good ham sandwiches, crisps, yogurt. Like I say, slabs of cheese because I don't know how to cut cheese properly, but I don't care. Banana, obviously for the healthy part, but that's not going to do anything. Obviously I had sausage rolls, little sausages, Scotch eggs, and then a slice of a massive pork pie.
Fantastic. That sounds really delicious.
That was just lunch. I can't believe I had enough room for dinner, but to be fair, one of the stories is that I went to Pizza Hut one day, and I know this is changing topic, but this is another good life story to add to our podcast. Yeah. And obviously, I went to the Pizza Hut with my IT group, and obviously, very few knew that I would overconsume, and I always like to overconsume. When there's something unlimited, I take it to my advantage. So this is why many people do not bring me to world buffets and stuff like that. And, well, Pierre, you obviously know why. Tell them the reason why, if you know.
What?
The reason why I don't go to world buffets where there's unlimited food.
Oh, you haven't told me about that, so I wouldn't know.
Well, you would know anyway, because I overconsume, like I said.
Oh, sorry. I wasn't listening. Sorry.
Right. Okay, so I went to Pizza Hut, and obviously on weekdays it's $6.99 for unlimited pizzas. It's an extra $2.99 for unlimited refills of Pepsi, 7-Up, Sprite, Tango, any of them drinks really. So I paid a good $9.98 for the buffet, and obviously it only takes about 8 slices of pizza, and you've gotten pretty much your money's worth. But I had 15 slices, and then I had 12 glasses of Coke.
Jesus Christ. How could you have that many Cokes and many, slices of pizza?
Well, to be fair, I never drunk that much as possible. So obviously, you can picture it now. I took trips to the bathroom and everything, and the last time I did, I was limping there, and after I came out the loo, the staff was astonished. I left them astonished. They thought, I'm surprised this man's walking.
Oh, that's amazing. Jesus Christ.
See, this is why all of my family is concerned, and I'm going to share a link with my cousin, and and she's my favourite cousin of all time. She's always been concerned about my health, and, I have to thank her for her concerns, really, because it's pretty much alarmed me. But obviously, how I continue to eat, I don't know. It should be a grave alarm, but...
Oh, that's brilliant.
This is probably the first time that I've barely argued with you at the beginning of a goddamn podcast. We're only at episode 3. The first 2 episodes are like...
Yeah, it's brilliant. Oh, man. You know what? I think we're going to have to...
Maybe I should let you do these topics for the podcast so that we don't get in such a massive argument, of course.
Yeah, that's a very good point right there. So that was some great films that we've talked about. The next topic is about pubs, and so Callan, I heard you love going to the pubs. You love getting your free Pepsi. What do you like about the pub so far? Well, any pub you go to.
Well, so far is the right term, Pierre, and I can obviously say it's the first time I had to say that you're right for once. Are you listening to me?
Once?
Yes, for once.
How dare you?
How dare me? I'm complimenting you.
For what?
For being right for once, god damn it.
Oh, sorry, I'm wrapped in my own world. Thanks very much, friend.
Dare pat me on the shoulder again. No, I'm kidding, alright. So basically, I'm only 17, so I'm not allowed in traditional and country pubs. Because to get into traditional and country pubs, they have age limits. And the majority of them, you have to be at least 18 years old. I'm 17. So I go into family pubs, and luckily I live in a town where there are a lot of family pubs. Obviously, there's one up my road. There's one near my college. Well, right next to it, opposite it, in fact. There's one. There's a few in town. One that I go to for the cheap pints of Coke because I'm not allowed alcohol, and I'm not going to take my risk in getting possibly barred from that pub. That's not me. And to be fair, you know, I love the atmosphere because some teenagers rather just walk around in town, maybe go into shops, maybe go to a fast food restaurant. The only fast food restaurant I wouldn't technically mind is KFC, because, well, obviously the chicken does make up for the atmosphere.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That.
With a pub, obviously the atmosphere is fantastic. It's like none other. And then the problem is that many of my friends, not much pub enthusiasts, but the ones I tend to hang out with, definitely, they prefer the culture I'm into rather than just a normal trendy teen culture. LOL, LOL, GTFO, hashtag selfie. What do you call that? Seriously, what do you call that?
Yeah, what do you call that? Yeah.
Like you're trying to agree with me. It's like you're doing an advertisement, trying to agree with everything I say. You're like an advocate for me, really, because to be fair, you're everything I say. You're like, yeah. I think he's a fantastic person.
Oh God. Oh man, that's amazing. Anyway, yeah, that's.
Yeah. Well, you're doing it again, aren't you? You're right. You're right. You're right, advocate.
I'd like to say something about pubs.
Go on.
I think pubs, you know, they're great, because they're great to chill out and hang about and just have a few pints of Pepsi. Well, if you're, underage, and if you're overage, you can have a few pints of beer, but not get too hammered. But sometimes it's not good because just random teenagers come in and they just get fake IDs and they think they're, they can do whatever they want, but they can't because, you have to be at a certain age limit to have, to be able.
That links in with another problem, actually. And sorry for interrupting you there. I mean, I apologise. But it obviously links in with another problem. So we have two problems there. You've got underage people who are doing fake ID and risking the chance of getting themselves into trouble.
Yeah, that's true.
But another problem that links with it is that many pubs don't care, right? It's mostly based on looks. You could have a 40-year-old who looks like a 15-year-old come in and they'll say, identification, please. But you could have a 14-year-old look like some sort of 31-year-old and get in. They could get everything they want. That's the problem. Pubs have to just check a little bit more. They have to care a little bit more so that they don't possibly get done. Because if they comply by the rules, they have to watch out for anybody who may be underage, because they're not allowed to give alcoholic products to anyone younger than 18, to be fair. And if they look under than 21, they will be asked for ID. That's what should happen. That's what should happen in Britain. We don't want to see drunk underage people in our local community, and it's a big problem now at the moment, isn't it, Pierre?
Yeah, it's a very big problem, I think. It just, it's a bad influence, to be honest. It's a very bad influence. It gives a bad influence to the, to people in future, when they do, as they, grow up and that.
Exactly. And I mean, Pierre, you're 19. You can get away with it, can't you?
Yeah, I can now, yeah. Because I'm now, I'm nearly 20 now, or 20 in a month now, I think, yeah.
Yeah. Birthday's in September. Obviously, Pierre's going to be 20 then. I'm 17. I comply with the rules. I make sure I don't get into trouble. I don't make sure that I get a pub into trouble and possibly financially trouble them, because I don't want to financially trouble them knowing that they've just served an alcoholic product to an underage person. That's what I'm not here for. A pub is here for people to socialise with, maybe after work, maybe just to have a good time out, but it's for socialising. It's not to get drunk, it's not to have fights, and it's not to get pubs or yourself as an individual in trouble. It's a very good time. You need to have a very good time there at a pub, because if you're not there for a very good time, you shouldn't be at a pub. I mean, well, you can. I mean, you can. What I'm trying to say is, if you're there for a drink, come in. If you're there to socialise, come in. If you're there to play games like pool, darts, skittles, come in. You're welcome. Anybody's welcome at a family pub. Even little kids, but they have to be out by a certain time most of the time.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Yeah. Well, that as we're gonna have to end that topic because that was some great. That's why we love pubs, don't we, Callan?
I'm just viewing my point. To be fair, I mean, it's what I think. I mean, I'm a 17-year-old. I've matured quicker than many people, and I just want to get my point out there so that people can see that I've matured. I mean, some people mistake me for a 17-year-old saying, "Oh, don't go near him. He's going to swear at you and stuff like that." No, that's not what we're like. Many of us 17-year-olds in this local area are actually very reasonable if you think about it.
Yeah, we are definitely, most of us, definitely, well, some of us definitely very reasonable.
Everybody has their reasons. They just got to use them properly. And this is one way we can do it, in a podcast. And obviously, when we get well known, we can get our opinions out there even more than we are currently.
Yeah. That's a great, very good thing there from my good friend Callan. As we have to end this topic and move on to space, what do you think is out there, Callan, at this moment? Well, I'll say what I think is out there first. Well, for a starter, as you've said a lot already. So I reckon what's out there is the space is really big. So there's definitely life forms out there. I can tell you that. And I also heard that there's life forms on Mars. Did you hear about that? Well, Callan.
Well, yeah, they say that there is extraterrestrial life on Mars, and obviously, since we're sending humans up to Mars, did you hear about that, Pierre?
Oh yeah, I did. It was all over the news and all the newspapers as well, and that. Yeah, I heard about that.
So basically, we humans on Earth are going to send some humans onto Mars so that we can colonize that planet. And hopefully, they're going to do the same on the Moon as well sometime soon.
Fantastic. That's fantastic.
So basically, humans won't just live on Earth. They'll live on the Moon. They'll live on the Mars. Hell, imagine what the future is going to be like for us, though, to be fair. I mean, we're going to expand and expand and expand. What I think out there in the seen universe, because there is more than what we've just seen at the moment. Yeah. We have the technology, potentially, to see what could be in the entire universe. But the problem is we only have observable universe and entire universe. In the observable universe, I believe there is other extraterrestrial life we haven't seen yet, although there has been sightings potentially.
Yeah, there has been very potential sightings. I mean, I saw on the on the newspaper. It looked really awesome. It looked absolutely just stunning. And I mean, when was the last time they actually went onto Mars? When was the last time, Callan?
What, humans?
Yeah, humans.
This is the first damn time. This is why I'm telling you.
Wait, hold on a minute. Didn't they go a year ago or something? Wasn't it a year ago now? 'Cause they did.
Jesus. Right, let me explain, right? They've sent drones up to Mars. Well, they've sent a drone as far as I'm concerned. They may have sent more than just a drone. But they're doing it so that they can find more information about the planet itself, whether there is extraterrestrial life, the land, the temperature, the wind velocity, everything else, the gravity and everything. Yeah. I mean, you've got to think about that. We are going on Mars because we know that that some humans on Earth can be capable of living and making Mars their natural habitat.
Perfect. That's fantastic. Thing you said there. You don't have to, keep tapping on the.
I will tap when I want.
Oh God, that's amazing. Oh Jesus Christ. Well, there are a lot of things out there in space you just don't know because we're only living on Earth. Jeez. Imagine the Earth is already bloody big enough. Imagine the whole flipping space out there. There's loads of things out there.
Well, if you think about Earth, it's just a really, really small speck that cannot be seen if you see the observable universe. We are just one thing. We are just one, not even a particle of the universe. We are much, much, much smaller in basically ratio in comparison to the universe. And I'm not finished there. In your head is probably wondering, What if extraterrestrial came to Earth? They come down in the UFO. They come down in their UFOs and they're like, "Can I have a beer, mate?"
Can I have a beer, mate? Oh.
In everybody's minds, aliens are going to be like,
Oh, God.
in my opinion, they could be able to talk English if they listen to us enough. They're like, "Hello, can I see your Earth, please?"
Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm dying.
Next thing you know, they start talking like the Mayor of London. "Hello, I am here to build a new oil company in Wolverhampton."
Oh, my God.
But in your head, it's probably, "Do you have any beer?"
Oh, jeez. I think that's enough of that.
Is it? Is it? All right. We'll end the topic, and I'll make sure that we do it right, okay? So I'll do the next topic. I'll introduce the next topic, and it's about animals. I can't read that. You're going to have to introduce the topic then. Because at the moment, that looks like bloody Chinese to me, Pierre. You're bloody writing.
It's called animals, pets, which animal we prefer, basically.
Writing's called Chinese.
It's which animal we prefer. So the animal I prefer is a cat because I think they're so adorable. You know, they follow you wherever you go. I mean, they're not like dogs. Dogs just bark at you. You know, they just.
Don't diss a dog. I had to take the microphone off you. Dogs are more loyal than cats. Cats are more independent than dogs. Dogs are loyal to their owners, and the problem with cats is that they can just scratch you at any time, despite the fact of the many days that you've taken care of them. A dog will always be loyal. That's why they're known as man's best friend.
Well, I think cats are amazing because cats, cats, they're like, meow, meow.
I'm not dissing cats. I was never dissing cats. No, I'm not dissing cats.
Yes, you are.
I am I? No, you're dissing dogs. I never diss cats. I don't mind cats, but if one ever comes near me and tries to scratch me, don't expect us to have a little fight. I'm not going to fight and hit it, obviously, but I'm just obviously going to put it away from me so that there's not much more of a fight. The problem with cats, Pierre, is that they're not as loyal as dogs, which is why I would prefer a dog because, well, the only thing that they're going to do harm to you is your carpet when they excite pee.
Well, I mean, cats and dogs, I think, to be fair, they're pretty much the same, I reckon. But, I mean, dogs, yeah, you're right. Dogs are more loyal, so, but I still prefer cats, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't mind cats, right? I'm respectful to cats. I'm respectful to every other pet and the animal. But I prefer dogs, to be fair, because they're more loyal or anything. But I wouldn't get a pet, in my opinion. I have a hamster and I have a rabbit. Well, my little brother has a hamster and the whole family has a rabbit. I don't take care of either of them because I'm not much of a pet person. But I will always be loyal to dogs.
Hamsters, I absolutely adore hamsters. I've had like 7 already. I've had 7, but sadly, like 3 of them had infections. 1 of them died from a natural cause, but I mean, hamsters are fun and they're just cute. That's what I think. Hamsters are cute.
That reminds me, have you heard on the recent news that a dentist, I think I'll just say his first name, I think it's Walter, and basically he killed Cecil the lion from Zimbabwe. Have you heard about that?
No, I haven't. What happened?
Well, Cecil the lion is one of the most prestigious lions that humanity knows so far. And basically, this dentist from America paid $55,000, or around about £35,000, to go to Zimbabwe, lure this lion out of the park because it's illegal to shoot animals in, well, the park. It's just not legal. So they lure him out the park, and the dentist shoots the lion with a crossbow. But Cecil the lion did not die because of the crossbow. It managed to run away, and 40 hours later, it was shot by the same dentist. Thoughts?
Why did he do that? Why? Who in their right mind would do such a thing like that? I'd go up to him, right, that dentist. I'd punch him in the bloody face. Jesus Christ.
Well, yeah, I have to agree with you on that. I'm really not happy. Ricky Gervais isn't happy. Have you seen his post about the dentist and Cecil Life?
He was really, really angry about it. He was really upset.
Now, I'm going to be honest, because this is a serious thing. My opinion is it's right for these humans to go and diss this dentist. I think it's right, because what happened is they have pretty much terrorised his dental building, obviously. They forced him to shut it down, and it did. Even I wrote a negative comment on Yelp about that dental practice, and obviously that wasn't enough. They went to his home, got on his garage, spray painted "Lion Killer." They won't just leave him alone, and I think he gets what he deserves.
Definitely. He definitely gets what he deserves. I mean, why would he do something like that? You know, I wouldn't even dream of bloody doing that.
I mean, come on. Petter wants him hanged.
Let him! Bloody let him hang him! He needs it. He deserves that little bloody stupid bloody person.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't happen. And I tell you what, if it does happen again, I'm not going to be happy about it. I will have to team up with Ricky Gervais if I have to.
Yeah! Get Ricky Gervais to bloody go on our team and we'll bloody sort him out.
Well, to be fair, Ricky Gervais makes some brilliant points, and he's standing up for animal rights. Yeah. So obviously he's making a point, and every single time that animals are being executed by many parts of humanity, Ricky isn't happy, and I understand why. To be fair, yeah, it shouldn't happen, and it should stop.
I really feel sorry for Ricky Gervais, you know, because he's an absolutely he's an animal lover, isn't he? He loves animals.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're gonna move on to our last topic, and basically Pierre called this topic Facebook Messages Comedy. What's this about? Your microphone.
Well, my idiotic, bald-headed twonk here, good friend Callan, that is, decided to go on my Facebook Messenger and message my other good friend, Michael Hayward. And he decided that he wanted to write on it, "Hey Michael, ha 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 ha, oh God, ha 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 ha," with like a laughing face. And then he put, "After that, please talk, I'm lonely." What in the God-named sanity was, why did you write that? I wasn't lonely. What the fuck?
Right, to be fair, that's how you talk. You always go, ha 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 ha, oh God, ha ha, XDDDDDD. This is hilarious. And I tell you what, I've got his voice message here. Look, 5 seconds. Let's see what he says.
Just said to him, I can't talk now, I'm at work.
He just said what he said. Can't talk right now, I'm at work.
But I know he would believe that it was you, because, to be honest, what you say there, what I did there is pretty damn accurate. So I'm going to say something to my friend Michael. Sorry about that, but it was actually me. But to be fair, it is as accurate as Pierre would say, wouldn't it, Michael? I'll be on Facebook Messenger later to talk about it, but this is absolutely hilarious. This isn't going to come on until about several days after this is actually recorded, because obviously we're doing podcasts so that we have videos to put on at a frequent time.
Yeah, that's right. From now on, we are only we're uploading one podcast, audio. How many times do you want to upload it? Well, you said you were going to upload one on Saturday, didn't you?
Right, episode 1 is already uploaded. It was uploaded on what day was it? I think it was Tuesday. Yeah, I think so. But, well, it was uploaded yesterday, shall we say. Yesterday as this was recorded. So what we're going to do, a few days after episode 1, we'll put down episode 2, which you can also see on Spreaker as it is now. All we have to do is type in the Callan and Pierre podcast as usual, as we're called. And obviously this episode will be posted 3 days after the second episode. So I do hope you enjoy this podcast, because it's pretty much coming to an end as we've reached the half an hour mark as we usually do. Hopefully, the next podcast we will be recording after episode 3 will be from Callan HQ rather than Pierre HQ. And when we mean headquarters, we mean house, basically. We're not multi-millionaires with 10-story buildings.
Anyway, really hope you've enjoyed this. Thanks for listening. This has been Pierre Maynard.
And this has been Callan Wills, and you have been listening. I nearly said watching. Again, you have been listening to the Callan and Pierre podcast, episode 3, live at Pierre headquarters. Don't forget to see us on social media websites such as Twitter at Callan and Pierre, because obviously Twitter can't afford long names. But that's all right. We know what Twitter are. They always restrict us. Facebook, www.facebook.com/the Callan and Pierre podcast. And then on YouTube, as you may be seeing it now, well, obviously, the Callan and Pierre podcast. If you haven't done so yet, subscribe.
Thanks very much, people. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you probably didn't hear that. So I've been Callan.
I've been Pierre.
And you've been listening to the 3rd episode of the Callan and Pierre podcast live from Pierre headquarters.